Eustress unlocks creativity and innovation. It sparks critical thinking and enables you to operate in a more objective, clear eyed fashion. Hello, 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 and welcome to More Than Money, a podcast where we have nuanced conversations about money, business, and life, where we take the time to explore the human side of money because success with money is never just about the numbers. I'm your host, Jacquette Timmons, and I am really, really glad that you are here with me today. Before we dive into today's episode, I'm excited to let you know that this summer I am offering half-day VIP strategy and coaching sessions. This is ideal if you are short on time, but you want the benefits of one-on-one coaching, but are not quite ready for the commitment of a 6-month engagement. It's also for you if you want to fast track results because we are co-creating your game plan together rather than you doing it on your own or waiting for the perfect time to do it on your own. It's also ideal for you if you want an outside perspective on your business and your personal finances and the relationship between the two. From me, someone with a deep understanding and background with helping a broad spectrum of entrepreneurs and small business owners as they navigate complex financial and business decisions. This is for you, especially if you are less than satisfied with your revenue goal this year or with reaching your revenue goal this year. It's for you if you're feeling a little about your marketing. And it's also for you if you feel like you are spending a lot of time filling costly holes in your operations and you want to jumpstart a reset. We'll spend 3 hours together doing a total of 4 analyses, doing a spending analysis, investment analysis, and no, not into the stock market, revenue analysis, and an analysis of your portfolio of offers. And we'll use the data from the results of those analyses to prepare a customized roadmap for the rest of the year and the months ahead. So to learn more on how we will get you the sovereignty and the momentum so that you can finish the year strong or stronger, send me a DM on Instagram and just simply say VIP, and we will get you the link to schedule a complimentary call so that we can chat about all of the details. In the meantime, let's dive into today's show. So as you know, there are 2 arms to my business. I do, I guess really 3, right? I do one-on-one coaching, mostly with entrepreneurs and small business owners. I am a content creator, right? I do this podcast. I create content on other platforms as well. And I am a for-hire speaker. And before most speaking engagements, the participants complete a pre-event questionnaire, not for every speaking engagement, but for most of them. And one of the questions I ask is, what area or areas of money cause you the most stress? And the options are earning it, saving it, spending it, managing debt, investing, or the intersection of love and money. As you might imagine, the responses reflect the diversity of the people answering, but this question never goes unanswered. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because the truth is everyone is contending with some degree of stress. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, but some degree of stress is always present because a little degree of stress is just a natural part of life. And although stress and a little bit of it is universal, how stress is experienced and how it is managed is different from person to person. Your just enough stress may actually be another's too much and vice versa. But something all degrees of stress have in common is the presence of friction, or that space and tension that exists between where you are and where you want to be, or what you have and what you really want to have. There is something about this gap that is either unexpected, unwanted, and or overwhelming. If you've done the financial wheel framework, and if you haven't, now might be a good time to do so. So side note, go to jaquettetimmons.com/wheel. But if you've done the financial wheel framework, you're going to really get the point that I'm about to make, because one of the many values of completing it or revisiting it is that it can help you identify what areas of your money are in conflict with one another. And this conflict is usually the cause of the financial stress that you are experiencing, whether this stress is in response to changes or challenges, or it is related to what it is that you are navigating or the threats that have you in fight or flight mode. The tricky part is this, though, discerning the line between just enough stress and too much stress. That can sometimes be imperceptibly thin. Now, just enough stress can be healthy, it can be beneficial. And this is known as eustress, EUSTRESS. And this is a positive form of stress. And this is the kind of stress that can activate your motivation, it can activate your focus and determination. This type of stress tends to push you out of your comfort zone, but push you out of your comfort zone in such a way that it energizes you to beat the odds and perform your best. This type of stress can actually improve your financial reality. On the other hand, too much stress or distress can be debilitating, and left unchecked, it can actually lead to really harmful effects on your mind and your body. This type of stress can place you in a financially precarious situation. For us entrepreneurs and small business owners, the interplay of money, business, and life and stress is complex and challenging, but it is our reality. And one we are always navigating with no one size fits all solution or template, especially since the thing that perhaps was once felt like just enough stress can morph into feeling like it being too much stress, depending upon the circumstances and the context thereof. And there's a common sentiment that I hear often, and it sounds like this: I don't want to be stressed. Maybe you have said that yourself. Yet, as I always tell people, the goal isn't to not have stress. A better, more useful goal is to not be stressed about the same things all the time. Because if you are, what it often means is that it's an indication that you aren't implementing your lessons learned. Another goal that is better and more useful is that you want to improve your discernment skills so that you can quickly and easily differentiate between stress that is pervasive and chronic versus stress that is moderate and for a limited time. And here's one more. Maximize the moderate and limited time stress, since it can often be a portal to one of your most valuable assets, and that is your creativity. I know, but there's a strong likelihood that you share a common attribute I often notice in my friends, my colleagues, my peers, and my clients, and my own coach tends to point it out to me when I do it too. And it's this: it is the tendency to discount our gifts, our talents, our abilities, and imagination because they come so naturally to us. But as a result, I feel far too many of us unknowingly dismiss the power of our creativity to transform the way in which we approach challenges, the way in which we solve problems, and the way in which we navigate the complexities we encounter when it comes to money, business, and life. Even when there is proof from past choices and experiences that the presence of stress is what usually gave birth to some of your best ideas. So that may sound abstract, so let me make it a little bit more concrete. Let's say you are experiencing a cash flow crunch and your offers aren't selling as easily as they used to. What do? Maybe you just simply double down and keep doing what you have always done to see if that will eventually catch on and address the matter in both the short and the long term. Or maybe you scan the landscape in search of options, opportunities, and fresh perspectives that you hadn't considered before. And maybe by doing that, this leads to unique ideas that cause you to break from traditional patterns within your business or of your industry, which in turn leads to something different and something new. Unlike distress, Eustress unlocks creativity and innovation. It sparks critical thinking, and it enables you to operate in a more objective, clear-eyed fashion. Creativity is what allows you and me to adapt to changing circumstances and environments. This is a key reason creativity is one of your most powerful assets. So the question is, right now, as you are hearing these words, are you being quote unquote asked to adapt due to the financial stress that you are experiencing? Is it slow growing your revenue right now? Are sales slow? Are they inconsistent and thus having an impact on your cash flow? Is your profit margin low? Are you unable to pay yourself or to pay yourself well and to do so consistently? How is the financial stress in your business revealing itself in your life? Are you finding it hard to personally save, invest, or fund your ideal lifestyle? After you answer these questions, what is it that this data is telling you? Is it saying this stress is moderate and for a limited time because of your accounts receivables or because of your business development pipeline, and so you'll soon be fine? Or is it helping you to identify ways to stop the stress from evolving into something more pervasive and potentially chronic? You don't want to overlook this process of asking and answering and reviewing your answers to these questions, because embedded in the nature of your stress and the data that you uncover are clues for what to do next. And next usually involves adapting your mindset, adapting your behavior, your expectations, your strategy, and your choices, as well as what you believe is possible. And that's just to name a few. And for everyone, but particularly us entrepreneurs and small business owners, adapting is inevitable. At least it is if you want to go beyond the stress that you are navigating and thrive. The relationship between creativity and adapting is deeply intertwined because both require similar traits. Both require an open-mindedness and a willingness to embrace new perspectives. Both require flexibility so that you avoid letting tunnel vision creep in. Both require an inclination to actually sit in that uncomfortable void that represents the gap between challenges and the inspiration that may come from those challenges. And both require a readiness, even if reluctantly, to challenge conventional thinking and break free from rigid patterns. The combination of creativity and adaptation enables you to navigate unfamiliar territory with a degree of sureness that isn't based on your current situation. This is why the price of unhealthy financial stress is so costly. It can block the big idea that is just right there beneath the surface, waiting for you to give birth to it or to take it to the next level. When this happens, when you don't make room for that to occur, not only do you lose out, but so too do those who would benefit from your creation. Eustress or healthy stress, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. Well, that is it for today, folks. As always, thank you for listening all the way until the end. Or if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you for joining us and doing that. Before you hop, if today's episode sparked an aha or reflection, does it have you thinking, what is my degree of stress? Is it just enough or too much? I'd love to hear more, so please send me a DM on Instagram. And remember, go ahead and book a complimentary discovery call if you are less than satisfied with your revenue to date, if you're feeling a little about your marketing, and if you are just spending way too much time on tasks that you really don't want to do as it relates to your operations. So if any of that is happening and you are curious about how a half-day VIP day strategy and coaching session could help you and could help you to jumpstart a reset, well, then again, send me a DM on Instagram and say VIP. Once more, thank you for listening today. If you'd like to show appreciation for this podcast or perhaps this particular episode, please share it so that we can reach more people. And if you happen to be listening on Apple Podcasts, please take a moment to leave a rating and a review. We do read them. And if you are on YouTube, please share a comment below. And as always, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, here's how you can do that. buymeacoffee.com/Jaquette. Again, buymeacoffee.com/Jaquette. I'll be back with another episode, and I hope that you will too. Until then, remember, it's about more than money.